Ancient Greece, a land rich in history but poor in farmland. The ancient Greeks had to look to other civilizations for that which they could not produce, and in doing so, cultivated an even more vibrant culture. Farming in ancient Greece was made very difficult by the rocky land. Most of what ancient Greeks produced was cereal with little nutritional value. They could grow olives as well, but demand quickly surpassed supply, so the ancient Greeks traded. Greek city-states often traded amongst each other. Greeks also traded with other advanced areas including Asia Minor, the Black Sea, southern Italy, and as far west as Spain. Ancient Greeks had trade partners in Egypt, North Africa, and the eastern Mediterranean. Ancient Greeks traded such foods as cereal, wine, olives, figs, cheese, honey, and meat, especially from sheep and goats. They also traded tools, perfume, and fine pottery, especially Attic and Corinthian, which has been found to have traveled as far as the Atlantic coast of Africa. Ancient Greeks also exported wine from the Aegean Islands, bronzework, marble, and rutile, a substance used to waterproof ships. Trade fluctuated with the seasons. The supply and demand of products that were available in the Greeks' mode of transportation were heavily affected by the changing of the seasons.
Greeks gained many important ideas from surrounding civilizations. They learned to write once again by modifying the alphabet from the Phoenicians to fit their own language. Iron metallurgy was developed when there was a shortage of bronze, which was used to create tools and weapons.
Contact with the East supplied traditions to learn from and alter their own cultural ways. In art and literature, Greeks sought inspiration from their Near Eastern neighbors, but gradually added their own touches to form new styles. They built on Eastern poetry styles and created lyric poetry, which eventually led to music and the creation of the lyre, or harp. Following their trading routes, the Greeks would follow their trades and settle within those areas.
In ancient Greece, pottery was one of the many fine arts that were traded. Archaeologists have found pottery that has dated back to 750 BCE, also known as the Dark Ages.
Ancient Greek land travel was confined to short distances due to the rough terrain and mountainous area. They walked, rode on mules, or used two-wheeled carts pulled by horses. Between 200 and 700 BCE, the population of Greece began to increase largely and become more urbanized. As they increased in size, they couldn't support themselves with their own resources, pushing them to start trade with foreign lands. They moved to trading on the seas.
In the late 600s, with the development of their monetary system with coins, the Greeks' level of trade sophistication raised immensely. It was now easier than ever to buy and sell goods.
The government controlled trade by taxing the movement of goods. There were tax fees for the imports and exports at every port. Greece was in the center of the peninsula, so it was easier to continue to trade outside of the country. The government taxes the imports and exports of goods and material in order to keep control of commerce. And the U.S. Constitution, it shows that trade is the government's control. The idea of keeping hold of imported and exported goods was born in Greece, yet America today uses that idea. The regulations and taxing at the port was a Greek-based idea. Ancient Greece overcame many obstacles on the path to greatness. The civilization itself was built on nearly fallow land, plagued with mountains. The people of ancient Greece had to be dynamic and enterprising to survive. In fact, they did much more than survive. They responded to the dilemma by creating a complex network of trade partners that spanned their known world. The result was not only an influx of goods, but also direct lines to the influential wisdom and advances of other cultures.